welcome back to another video on the channel. My name is Ivan and I help solar reps and owners and people who are just getting started in solar start and grow profitable sales orgs in solar, selling over the phone, and obviously be location independent. And what differentiates them from those who are not so successful and who don't amount to much, basically. So one of the first signs that I've seen in this industry from people that are doing extremely well is they're willing to adapt when things are uncertain, right? They're willing to adapt when the whole world stops and starts to wonder, hey, what am I gonna do? Do I need to close my shop? Do I need to do this? Do I need to, fire people? Like, they panic. Usually when shit hits the fan, those type of people, they go into themselves. They know this is something that is temporary because nothing is forever. They look at, hey, how can I pivot right now? How can I adapt, right? In the quickest way possible that would yield me the most amount of return when everyone's like uncertain, doesn't know what to do, and yada yada. That's one of the first signs that I've seen. They're just willing to adapt. They're willing to change their approach. If something's not working, they're willing to listen to people or take their advice. I'll give an example. In 2020, when COVID happened, you know what happened, right? A lot of people just got super scared. They're like, oh my God, I'm not sure what to do. They don't know what's going on. It was an uncertain time and everyone panicked. I've seen it with my clients. I've seen it with other people. Like, the people that were willing to make the changes quickly and they did not panic. Maybe they did, but they don't show it. So they were willing to make a switch. They're willing to adapt to a new way of doing business very, very quickly. I had a company that we started off 2019. They were doing in-home consultations, right? And in 2020, like, this thing hit, a lot of people got scared. They're like, what the hell's going on? So everyone started panicking and whatnot, right? I told these people to focus on remote selling because I had seen it at the time. I wasn't selling, but I had seen it in other people. And I saw that this model could work really well. And the guy listened. He was like, okay, let's work it out. So I helped them out with the scripts. I helped them out with building out the infrastructure of how they're gonna transition from doing in-home consultations to over-the-phone selling. And the guy listened. And it took him about 2 months, right, to fully make the transition. I kid you not, the guy made twice as many sales, right, in the first 6 months than he had done in the entire 2 years prior that he was in business. What I'm trying to tell you with that is that, if you're willing to adapt, if you're willing to listen, if you're willing to accept the fact that you might not always have the best answers, that is someone that I genuinely want to work with because I know that we're going to be on the same wavelength. Like, if someone comes to me for help, I'm not trying to fight or argue with them, But if they don't take a simple advice from something that I've seen work time and time again, right, then I don't want to work with them. As much as I want to help them, if they don't want to help themselves, then there's nothing that you can do. That's the first sign. You have to be willing to change and adapt to a situation, to your circumstance as quickly as you possibly can. Have extreme high level of humility, right? And be able to take advice from other people who in your eyes may not be, so experienced and whatnot. Take advice from your employees, if you will. And that's one of the first things. The second thing is, and that relates back to the same case that I'm referring to, the guy that made the switch, he had a sense of urgency. And so that's the next trait that I've seen in people that are doing extremely well in solar. They have an extremely huge sense of urgency. These people are like fire. They're like, I want to go, because it's not just about the money. Now, of course, you're going to get to a point where you're like, yeah, I feel comfortable making the money that I'm making. I can drive the car I want to drive. I can get the house I want to get. Right? I can provide for my family. If your business is just about that, you probably won't go much further than that standard that you've set for yourself. But if it's not just about money, if you're just a winner and you just want to do better, right? Then that sense of urgency is always going to be within you, no matter how much money you're making, because it's like a drug. You want to implement new things. You want to try out new stuff. I guess that's not just for solar people. That's just for entrepreneurs in general. But I've seen it with solar people, and it relates back to this one individual that I'm talking about, like this one case. Like the guy was just, dude, let's go, let's see what we can do. And he was willing to spend money, he was willing to listen, he was willing to make changes, and he had that sense of urgency. He was not waiting to happen next year. He was like, dude, let's go. What do you suggest? Bam, 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 right? We talk it out, and then we're off to the races. So that's the second thing. So if you have those two things, I guarantee you that you'll be extremely successful. And the reason why is because if you look around, like all the people that are within your circle, and even people that are successful, if you have people that are like really successful, you could probably agree with what I'm saying, that those are really the two things that set people apart. Extreme sense of urgency and willingness to adapt to whatever life throws at them. Yes, we've had the unstable, in most people's eyes, 2 years. But if you ask that same individual, he's had the time of his life. He's never seen such business growth before. And so if that's you, I salute you for it. But I know that there's a lot of you watching that are maybe getting started in solar. You guys want to do better. You want to learn the most efficient way of selling solar. You want to find the quickest way to get from point A to point B. I understand that, and that's why I'm making these videos. I have this urge that I want to change the solar industry because I do believe that our industry is behind. I want to change it. I want to change the way solar is being sold. I want to change the way people present it and a lot of things around it. And so that's why I'm making these free videos. Now, if you want to get serious about it, be like, hey, yeah, I'm watching your free stuff, but like, how do we get down to like bang, 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 right? Step-by-step project. How, like, I'm new to solar or just want to transition from door knocking to selling over the phone because I see your channel's all about that. I'm going to tell you how to do that, right? There'll be a link in the description, and at the time of releasing this video, there may be a link in the description. If it is, check out the course, my new course that just came out. That talks all about that. So in the training, in the course, I've included pretty much everything. How to start a solar sales business and be able to sell over the phone, how to be able to generate your own leads and do it from home, location dependent, right? So that's literally all the steps that are covered right in there. Trust me, like the price of this course, I'm not trying to oversell it or whatever. I don't care if you buy it or not, right? But one mistake in solar is worth tens of thousands of dollars, okay? And the course is basically for people that want to make the least amount of mistakes possible and get to the end result, or no mistakes at all. Warren Buffett says, why learn on your dime when you can learn from other people's mistakes? If you can learn from other people's mistakes, then you're smart because you've already seen what doesn't work and you don't have to repeat it, right? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let us fight the YouTube algo so more people can see this content. And if it is, share it with a friend. If you're like, hey, here's the solar goodies. If you wanna start selling over the phone or whatever, anything solar related, just go to this guy and check him out, right? You don't have to be weird about it. If the conversation ever comes up, that's my only fee for making these videos. Again, if you're still watching this video, appreciate you. I love you and I want you to win, and that's why I'm making these videos. So till next time, I'll see you and take care.